I will 100% trade up. Love you guys.
All right.
I just want to add on that because I've already said many a times that I'm all in on Travis Hunter as well. The only thing I would say on the other side of it is that the Cowboys have a roster that is kind of top heavy with, you kind of have your stars and then you have,
Right.
I don't think that your middle is strong enough. And so that's the only part of it is where are you really giving up next year's one? You know what I'm saying? When you really need to add, you need as
all
many
of these pieces.
high picks as you can possibly get. So that's the only pushback I would have on it. But I'm just sitting here as covering the Cowboys. When's the last time they've done something bold? You're the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, where are these bold moves that you've become so known for? It's been forever since you've really done one like that. So that's the only reason I say that. But when you look at their roster, they do need as many high round picks they can get. So I get people that would be against it.
John, who will be your dancing partner with Travis Hunter when you start to say, hey, let me start to move with that? If the Titans go with Cam,
because it's the Giants, and I don't know if the Giants are going to be cool with you doing that. So that's why I think 4 with New England. So it would have to be one of those things where 2 quarterbacks and Abdul Carter go, and then New England sitting there at 4. And so this would be something you already would have negotiated with them, like, hey, if Travis Hunter's there at 4, we'll give you this or whatever,
Who's a tradable piece for on our team, like a player, versus just draft picks?
Yeah, I don't know if they would even be that interested in that. I think they'd want 12. They want next year's 1, and then they'd probably something else. Not a premium pick, but maybe like a mid-round pick or something like that with it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if I'm.
You said you got quiet, boy. AOC was the quietest AOC I ever seen, heard, or got doggone was on the show with today.
All
he
right,
got quiet.
I have to go in this direction then. Okay, AOC. I know you don't love that. Which do you love more? That or the offensive tackle at 12?
Oh, no. Give me Travis Hunter all day. Give me Travis Hunter all day long. 3 times a day.
Trade off all of the picks.
I know I told you guys this before, but there are people in the building that have the belief that, with especially the league that they're in, I mean, the division that they're in, with the defensive linemen that are in the division, that you do need to be spending 2-3 first-round picks on your offensive line. And so that's the one part where I'm like, if they don't do it this year, I can see them going in next year. Basically, we'll give Steele and Guyton a chance with this staff. We'll see what we have here. But if that doesn't look like that's the answer, next year's 1 is an offensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they will. I think that they will take an offensive lineman in the first round within the next 2 drafts. So if it isn't this year, I do think they will next year. Unless, hey, don't get me wrong, unless this new coaching staff, Guyton comes along, the work that people have been talking about, him putting in the weight room pays off, and then the changes help out Steele and bring out, what they saw in him, obviously, when they gave him the contract. Then, obviously, you don't have to do that. You're happy with that, But also, you got to find that right guard, because I don't know if they have that right now, so.
Yeah, that's the only thing is. And we basing this offensive line based off of Mike Solari and Joe Philbin for the year before Mike Solari and all of this. So hopefully Clayton Adams and Connor Riley, this offense can just look so differently by us dedicated on running the ball that we won't even be talking about first-round draft picks again on offensive linemen. Yeah.
As far as all the other small, intricate details, man. So playmakers.
And you got to be able to find somebody. Now, it appeared that at the time when they gave him the contract, they found Terrence Steele as an undrafted guy, but you got to be able to find where a Matt Waletzko or Austin Richards or somebody that you take, not necessarily in the first 2 days, that ends up being a guy where you're I'm not saying he's a Pro Bowler, but you're no, he's a solid starter. We don't have to worry about the position. Solid guy. He'll be our starter there for the next 4 or 5 years. And that hasn't happened for them, outside of Steele there. So that's a big part of it too. Also, I wanted to point out, obviously, because there's several people talking about it in the chat, Trey Amos, the corner from Ole Miss.